And this is for those people who say, "Oh my God, that Bryan St. John, he's going after her job. He's going to contact her employers." Blah 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 blah. I am. When I find it, I am. I'm gonna send every fucking thing that Danelle has done to violate HIPAA and her ethics as a nurse. I'm going to send that to who she works for because they got a right to know. Just like the Darley supporters did this to Wadell in 2013. It didn't go anywhere. They had 55 people that believed them. 55 people. And this has been up for 11 years. This is put up probably by David Moffat. I'm not sure who put it up, but let's see. Yeah, the free Darley Routier is either David Moffat or Stephanie Hopkins. We'll see here in just a minute. This is the group that used to be mine. On June 6, 1996, police officer David Wadell responded to an emergency call from the Rowlett, Texas home of Darren and Darley Routier. He arrived there to find three people who had been viciously attacked by a knife wielding intruder. So they start out with a lie. Devin and Damon were viciously attacked. Darley had superficial wounds. Darley Routier was seriously injured. Her oldest son, Devin, was dead. Damon, 2 years younger, was dying. Officer Waddell's first response on arriving was to go into the bathroom and throw up. He never did that. He never did that. Darren didn't turn around and say, "Oh my God, he's in the bathroom throwing up." Darley didn't say he went in the bathroom throwing up. You can hear her say, "Go out to the garage." You don't hear her say, "Oh my God, why are you in the bathroom? Are you okay?" You don't hear none of that. That is a fucking lie. He proceeded, according to testimony he later gave in court. Did he give testimony about throwing up? Nope. Did anybody give testimony about him throwing up in the courtroom? Nope. He proceeded, according to testimony he later gave in court, to make an inadequate effort to secure the crime scene or search for a possible intruder. Well, he is the first responder. He doesn't know if an intruder is still in there or not. The only way he can secure the crime scene by himself is to have his weapon out and available in case somebody jumps out. He made no attempt to aid Darley or her boys. This is the dumbest fucking thing. If Waddell ran in and said, "Oh my God," and started getting down right away to help one of the boys, and an intruder jumped out and killed somebody, right? Because he didn't know if he's in there. He couldn't do that. He's not there to give aid. He's there to, solve a crime. He made no attempt to aid Darley or her boys, giving her contradictory advice. First telling her to help the boys. Yeah, he told her to help the boys. All right. And then he saw that she wasn't going to. And he said, "Well, just sit down." Yeah. Because if you're up moving around in a scene where you don't know where there's an intruder at, if she's up moving around, he can jump out from anywhere. But if he tells her to sit down and stay still, the intruder would have to go to her. Think about things before you type them. He remained at the crime scene until approximately 7 a.m. During that time, he failed to preserve this crime scene for investigators, made an inadequate search of the neighborhood with a canine officer, which is now known to overlook crucial evidence, and made serious other procedural errors. Made other serious, I don't know what they mean by that. Officer Waddell's testimony in court was often contradictory, misleading, and outright false. Really? He's not a molester. Despite significant doubt as to her guilt and a significant amount of evidence pointing to her innocence, Darley Routier was convicted, blah, blah, been on death row, blah, blah, blah. Now they go into another case, some other bullshit has nothing to do with Darley. He wasn't transferred, okay? He wasn't transferred. They didn't transfer him to Plano, right? He he is a lieutenant in the Plano Police Department now. He handles like a neighborhood watch type of thing, and he wasn't transferred. He took that job because it was a promotion. He also appeared on television as an expert in other cases. He's never claimed to be an expert. Off shot or hour. In some cases, he has been able. In some cases, he has been unable to accurately recall the names of the crime victims. I mean, is he supposed to do that? Now, if somebody's out here saying somebody's innocent, they probably should have the names right, but he's not doing that. Of all the personnel who were at the crime scene on June 4, 1996, the crime didn't happen until the 6th. So if Wadell was hanging out there at the house 2 days before the murders, then that's good on him. Boy, he sure was wanting to protect them, wasn't he? Is the only one who continues to actively work in law enforcement. Wrong. Who still works for him? David Neighbors is still in law enforcement. Most all of them are still in law enforcement. Patterson, I believe, retired. In view of his serious mishandling of a case which had led to an innocent woman being condemned to death row along with his actions since, we believe that Waddell has no business working for any law enforcement agency. Yeah. Due to the way that Danelle speaks on people who are ill and they can't help it, and due to the way that she misrepresents medical evidence in a crime case, we feel that she has no reason to be a nurse at all. They, they sent it to his chief of police, which they didn't even fucking respond to it. Sent it to the sheriff, which he didn't even respond to because they know better. 33 signatures. Been there for 10 years. Let's see if there's an update. And they just gave it away. 10 years. Because it's bullshit. 55 people believe you're bullshit in 10 years. Yeah, and this, it's the biggest rep, but it says nothing particularly about Waddell. This woman is a fucking idiot right here. I was a personal friend of hers as a Darley supporter, and she used to sit and talk to me. Not me. She didn't think it was me about what a shitty person Bryan St.John is. How I once sent her a picture of my dirty underwear, stuff like that. She's talking directly to me in a fake name that I've threatened and harassed her and all that stuff, all that shit that Danelle does. This fucking idiot did, and I was talking to her in a fake profile for weeks on end. We were friends, and she would talk about me like I was the shittiest person. She'd talk about Bryan like he was the shittiest person ever. Until the last day, I got sick of her saying shit. I said, you know what? Bryan is not that type of person. She goes, oh, yes, he is. And like, how would you know? I said, because I am Bryan. And then I sent her a video of me. I am Bryan, and you've been talking shit about me for 2 weeks in here. Do you feel like an idiot or not? Everything that she was telling this person that she thought was me was a fucking out and out lie. That fucking idiot. She's an idiot. That is one of the dumbest people I ever met in my life. Instead of putting Anella Waters, she put Linda Waters. Darley's innocent. Darley needs to be freed. Nothing about what Waddell has done. See? Yeah, it has nothing to do with Waddell. Nothing. Yeah. Yep. Time for him to go because Darley's innocent. Not because of what he did. Or they say he did. Jeez. Look at these people. Because nobody deserves to be lied against. Let that sink in, Danelle. This idiot. Now, David Wadell is a liar. He claims he ran into Darlie Routier outside the home. And he's got witness testimony that says he ran into David Wadell or he ran into Darren Routier outside by the fountain. The Gorsuch saw it. That's a lie. She says that's a lie. A simple review of the 911 tape proves that. He also says that he had to tell Darlie to get off the phone and help her boys. Wadell never said that. Wadell never told her to get off the phone and help her boys. That is also a lie. It can also be proved by simply listening to the 911 call. You can't listen to the fucking 911 call and determine if somebody's in a house or not. That was a cordless phone. It was found in the middle of the fucking hallway, between the crime scene, between an open door that was leading to the outside. If he's outside on the yard in the lawn, he didn't do that while Darlie was on the phone. That's the way I feel about it. In his latest interview, he made a very callous brush-off comment of not knowing which boy was which. That is utterly amazing to me. Well, Stephanie, go back and look at Nanelle's TikToks, where she literally told everybody that Damon was stabbed in his chest 4 times. And then when I confronted her on it, she told me the chest is the back of the back. And you can hear it again here recently. She told me the chest was the back of the back. Is that utterly fucking amazing to you? Everyone that I know follows this case has no problem knowing which child is Devin and which child is Damon. Yet this expert can't keep it straight. He is an out and out liar, and it scares me to think the police officers like this on active duty. Let me tell you something. You're writing this 10 years after the case. You expect him to remember correctly those names? If he was traumatized when he walked in, and Darlie was traumatized when the intruder got attacked, when the intruder attacked her, how come Darlie's okay she don't remember, but Wadell isn't? He walked into that scene and saw them kids. He didn't get attacked, but he saw them kids. This is how dumb this woman is. She's dumb. These are lies. Every bit of this is a lie. The police has lied about this case from the beginning. See, nothing about Wadell. At least Hopkins came up with ideas of what the petition is about. It's about Wadell. It's not about innocent Darlie. How's he obviously dishonest? See, they'll cry because these crime shows, they'll come and ask, "Hey, will you speak?" He didn't go to the crime show. They don't have a problem with Darlie getting all over the place, giving inaccurate facts. Now, somebody signed this, right, to have someone fired from his professional law enforcement. He admits to judging her guilty within 20 minutes of being there. That was Cron. And these are her supporters. And Cron never said she was guilty after 20 minutes of her being there either. He's 100% biased. He says she was just chilling, talking on the phone when he got there, but you can hear her screaming on the tape. He never said she was just chilling, chatting on the phone. Nobody said that. He's so bad at his job, he got transferred. He's a lieutenant today, you dumbass. This is how stupid some of these supporters are. All right, this is Enella Walters. This is Enella Walters. Her every post used to be send money. Darlie's innocent. Send money. Darlie's innocent. You can send money until we started calling her out on it. She quit doing that. Patrick King. Patrick King is a fucking nutcase. Any one of us can find ourselves in the same position as Darlie Routier This is the guy who followed Foxy Noxie, Amanda Knox, and he literally made a post that if he had to go in there with guns blazing, he would get her out. Patrick King. He's no longer around. I don't know if he's alive anymore. This is one of my old YouTubes. Look, there she is again. Idiot. So, for all of those who feel like me reaching out to Danelle's work about her behavior, hey, don't. I'm just I'm just following the lead of your 55 people in 10 years who think that Wadell, you got one person down there who signed it twice. Yeah, so there's nothing wrong with contacting somebody's work if you think they're not doing a good job. Right? And trust me, I'll find it. I will find it. Oh yeah, he was transferred because he did a bad job. Yeah, he did a bad job, so the Rowlett got rid of him. No, he's a fucking detective now. Last time I checked this, he was just a lieutenant. Love it. Promoted. His career got better. Good job. Good job. When you do fine police work, this is what happens. You move up. It's like if you're a nurse, you move on up, right? You don't end up with a job where you're at home and not touching anybody.